In this part of the tutorial, we're going to be looking at how do we, once we start selling our products, so here's the product I want to sell. Okay, so I get it listed on my website, I get it in the mall, I get it all these places. How does it actually get into the customer's hands? So a customer pays for it, and then how does it get in their hands? And then also, what are the expenses to my business to make this sale? So we're going to scroll over to here to plan your expenses. And the first thing that you're going to see is, someone needs to manufacture or they need to make whatever product you're selling. In my case, it's the blanket. And so someone needs to make it. I'm not going to make it. That involves materials and manufacturing and all that stuff. So out on Alibaba, let's go look up tortilla blankets. So I'm going to come to Alibaba and I'm going to say tortilla blankets. And you're going to do like a thorough search of this. I'm just going to do a quick search. But look, here's a company that manufactures, so they make these blankets. Notice that if I click into here, we're looking at about $5.91 per piece if I order between 2 and 49 pieces. Or if I order above 50 pieces, I get them for cheaper. So let's take I'm going to take this one right here. So $4.39 per piece. That's how much it's going to cost for this company to make my blankets. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say $4.31. Well, you can see because I'm ordering 30, 50, 110 of them, you can see that they're going to charge me $474 to make the product. So I got to pay that money for this product to be made. Interesting. Okay. Well, once I pay them and they make my products, we need to ship them to these different locations. So there's 3 different selling channels. Remember, there's the Amazon selling channel, so that's selling on Amazon. There's the direct to consumer or off of my website. That's a different selling channel. And then there's selling in a mall. So let's look over here. We're looking at expenses or the cost of selling on these different channels. The first thing we need to do is we need to take the product from the manufacturer and ship it. This is often in China. We need to ship this product to the Amazon warehouses in America. And typically we do that through these big shipping boats. They're huge. They're like a big city that ships all the products from China to the Amazon fulfillment center. Well, that's going to cost us. It costs money to ship from from China to Amazon. So here what we're going to do is we're going to decide how big our product is. Now mine is just a little blanket, so I'm going to say it's kind of small. It kind of fits in the hand. And if I'm selling 30, it's not going to cost me much to ship from the manufacturer over to China. So $8. Okay. Well, then what's interesting is every time someone puts in an order at Amazon, so let's say someone comes here, clicks on my product, so $19.99, and if they click buy now, here's what happens with Amazon. Amazon grabs that product from their warehouse and delivers it to the customer's house. Amazon charges me, the company, 30% of whatever revenue I make. And so if I sold 30 units and I made $570, Amazon would charge me $171 to sell those 30. So if I add all this up, if I add the manufacturing cost, if I add the shipping cost, and if I add this cost, if I added all that up, the cost of selling 30 units on Amazon is $308. So look at this. I sold 30, I made 570, but I had a bunch of expenses, which we just went through. And so that's my total expenses here. And you can see the same thing for a website. Website's a little bit different. We still have to manufacture the product, so that's going to be the same. The shipping cost is going to be calculated the same, so in this case, $5. Now, because I have a website, I have to pay monthly for my website, and that's about $50. Now, when the customer, here's the customer, when they go to my website and they order, I typically have to pay shipping. And so, I looked it up. It costs about $5 to ship one of these blankets from my house to the customer's house. And so that, if I sold 20 of them, that's a total cost of $100. If I added all this up, it would be a total, if I sold 20 units, it would be a total cost of $240. So let's go look at what that looks like. So, hey, I sold 20 units on my website. I made $480, but I had to pay $240 to make all this happen. So that's my expenses. And then lastly, let's look at the cost of selling at a mall. Well, I still have the expense of manufacturing them. I still have the expense of shipping them, but now we're going to ship them to the mall. Now, here's what's interesting about the mall. When you sell a product in a mall at somebody else's shop, they're gonna charge you a percentage. And so you get to estimate what percentage that is. So let's say they charge you 30% of your revenue. Well, guess what? That's $360 if you sold 60 units. Add all that up and your total cost for selling 60 units in a shop is $633. So again, you sold 60 units, you made $1,100, but you had $600 in cost. So that's how you're going to plan out your cost of doing business, from manufacturing to shipping to getting the product from your house or from Amazon to the customer. So we're looking at costs right now. So go ahead and estimate your costs for your business.